Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to SA LUBE RF4 Cup Round 3 here at Autodrome del Magello. Oh, Jingos, ran out of words there. Welcome to Heat 2. This is the second of our bite-sized fun that we are now bringing to you, going and splitting our heats for more enjoyable viewing as per all our spectators wanting to have something a little bit different. That being said, my name is Stephen Koenig. Glad to have you guys here. It is going to be an absolutely wild one. First into the comments, though, was iRating Southern Africa. And hopefully that answers your question of why the stream is in two parts. It's because we're going and splitting Heat 1 and Heat 2 into bite-sized chunks for re-watching. So you don't have to sit through the hour. You watch the heats and it's going to be a bit of fun. Let us know whether you enjoy having the bite size for Heat 1 and Heat 2, or if you prefer it as a combined unison. But a monster welcome to everyone. Glad to have you guys here. It is going to be an absolutely phenomenal run right here at the world of iRacing for the SA LUBE RF4, and it's going to be a monumental run for all our drivers. Let's remind ourselves of what happened in Heat 1 with our overall results for Heat 1. It was Luke Lucchese in first, Willem Botha in second place, Timothy Stanton in third, Malcolm Pringle lying in fourth, Raymond Duggan, Stephen Kutzer, Nico Killerman, Sean Sims, Cameron de Bastos, Fanny Gravenstein, Leon Vessels, Ryan van Veek, Paul Webber and Francois de Toy, along with Gilman van Hout and Ian Pittman in 16th. 17th is Cabello Matsamai, rounding out in our Heat 1. And taking a look back to our positions for Heat 1 in classes. Pro was Luke Lucchese, going maximizing points, followed by Willem Botha, Timothy Stanton, Nico Killerman, Gilman van Hout, and Cabello Matsamai, finishing up in 6th place. Moving on to our Pro-Am, where it got a little bit loud, proud, and wild. Malcolm Pringle getting first place, Raymond Duggan in second, Stephen Kutzer in third, Sean Sims lying in fourth, Cameron de Bastos in fifth, followed by Fanny Gravenstein. Happy birthday, Fanny Gravenstein, the birthday boy himself of ETA Autosports. Leon Vessels, Ryan van Veek, Paul Webber, Francois de Toy, and Ian Pittman rounding out the field for our Pro-Am. We're now just having a little bit of a warm-up time for our drivers to get their heads back in. Also, to get everyone back into the streams to start enjoying all the fun once again. We left Heat 1 on a bit of a cliffhanger with some amazing battles. Now we're moving on to Heat 2. Let me remind you, we're going to be taking the top 5 and reversing the top 5. So it means Luke Lucchese, who got the win and got ahead of Willem Botha, well, he's starting from 5th. Willem Botha starting from 4th. So it's going to change things up a little bit. It's going to change the racing up a little bit. And we're going to put a new set of guys up towards the sharp end of the field. Bear that in mind. Life gets exciting, folks, and don't you forget it. Let's go and take a look at our grid as they look to line up. And there is our grid. Raymond Duggan out in first place. Malcolm Pringle, Timothy Stanton, Willem Botha, Luke Lucchese, Stephen Kutzer will be in 6th. 7th is Nico Killerman, Sean Sims, Cameron de Bastos, Fanny Gravenstein, Leon Vessels, Ryan van Veek. Going further down the field, though, we have got Paul Webber, Francois de Toy, Gilman van Hout, Ian Pittman, and Cabello Matsamai rounding out our field here tonight for Heat 2, our final heat for Round 3. We're looking to go live and go wild. Raymond Duggan starting at the sharp end of the field. We'll have to try and get the jump on the entirety of the field. Not going to be an easy run. With Malcolm Pringle in 2nd place. As lights go on. Lights on. 3, 4, 5, and away we go. Raymond Duggan gets a launch. And Malcolm Pringle now trying to get the inside line. He's going to lose out as Willem Botha comes in on the attack. Goes around the outside, and Timothy Stanton up on the inside. 3 wide through turn 1. And it was a success. Is this Christmas? Well, I would certainly expect that to be the case. Willem Botha gets ahead of Malcolm Pringle. Stephen Kutzer now feeling that he can have a good go. Launches up on the inside. Bit of bottoming out going on as the drivers make their way through. Malcolm Pringle going and making up some time. Luke Duquesne dropped down the order as he's in a bit of a battle. Sean Sims coming at him. So Luke Duquesne gets a pass done and dusted. Plume of smoke in the background, though. Never a good sign. Malcolm Pringle, Sean Sims, Cameron Bastos chasing down along with Ryan van Wyk onto the back of him. Ryan hoping that he could keep the momentum on the way through. Getting chased down by Paul Webber, Francois du Toit, along with Farney Gravenstein. Ian Pittman a little bit further down. Liam Vessels, Gilman van Hout still out and going. He's got Kambelo Matsumai. Oh no! The birthday boy has fallen off the track. Farney Gravenstein came off the track. He's rejoined. Nico Killerman, though, looking very, very broken. So Killerman, unfortunately, did not make it through the running order there and got absolutely eaten alive. Timothy Stanton trying his luck, looking outside for a defense. Willem Buerta goes for it. And now we have got Willem Buerta has got the pressure from Steven Kutzer right behind him. Luke Duquesne has got the teammates of Malcolm Pringle and Sean Sims all over the back of him. Ian Pittman is on the bit of a launch, as it does look like Cameron Bastos is pulling into the pits. Paul Webber's pulling into the pits. So we have got two cars coming into the pits. Willem Buerta feeling the pressure. Timothy Stanton looks for the inside line. Couldn't get the pass done. And Kutzer all over the back of him. Constantly looking for a way pass. Looks around the outside. Luke Duquesne, though, is into the frame as they charge their way through. Willem Buerta having to watch his mirrors very, very closely now. As you can see that Timothy Stanton's not hanging around at the moment. We had a chat to Timothy in the previous round. He said the main thing about the racing at the moment is he got moved into pro and is having to push himself harder and harder to get that little bit more pace underneath him. And honestly, he's done a bang-up job. From Pro-Am to Pro, he has really stepped it up. But now he's having to try and figure it out. Tina Smith also going and shouting out for Ian Pittman, who is doing everything he can to hang it together. And it does look like we have got a crash. Francois du Toit, gets a spin. Oh, and collects his teammate. Massive rollover. That, unfortunately, did not work out in plan. Leon Vessels and Francois du Toit, the two teammates, going and turning each other's heads right over. Raymond Duggan keeping ahead of Willem Buerta as he makes his way through. So Willem's going to have to really dig deep here. Timothy Stanton's lost the train of the two ahead of him, but has got a monster train on the back of him. Steven Kutzer looking left and right. Luke Duquesne going to have a go at him. Tries to look for the inside line. Can he get the pass done and dusted? It's going to be a hard one, though. Luke Duquesne keeping in the tow. Closing and closing and closing. Tries to go for the pass. And Willem Buerta got the inside line. Goes for the send. Launches it up on the inside. The outside. Can he make it stick? Raymond Duggan is going to hold the apex, though. Going to make it very, very difficult for the two of them. Timothy Stanton trying to defend a three-way onslaught. Raymond Duggan down into second place. Timothy Stanton now closed up. And take a look. Steven Kutzer all over the side of Luke Duquesne. Luke's going to try and dig in deep here. Looks for the inside line. Gets the pass done. No, he doesn't. Through the right-hander. Steven Kutzer gave him everything, but just couldn't hang it all together right at the end there. So now the drivers having to come and make their way through. Phenomenal battles up and down through the order, but Willem Buerta opened up the door open up the gap to Raymond Duggan. And now Timothy Stanton has got a run on him because Raymond Duggan ran out wide. He lost out a bit of time. Dirt on the tires is going to be a monster of a problem for him. Looking inside, looking outside, looks back to the inside. Going to try for an undercut here. If he can go a little bit late on the brakes, get that beautiful send on the underside. Couldn't get it done. Luke Duquesne has a monumental break. Gets the run up on Timothy Stanton. And will Timothy get into the fight here? They're both racing in the pro division as they try and make their way through. Kambelo Matsumai getting the pass on Ryan van Wyk as he gets his way past. And now looks to deal with Ryan van Wyk looking on the inside. Ryan tries his luck, couldn't get the pass done and dusted, and backs out of it. Raymond Duggan Now trying to pull away from Timothy Stanton. Luke Lucchese into the fray of things. Over the crest they go. 3 wide. Beautiful shot heading into turn 1. Going to be late on the brakes, so Raymond Duggan's got the inside line. Tries to defend as much as possible. Gets it all hooked in. And now it is all up for the likes of Luke Lucchese, who gets himself into second place. Beautifully done. Launches past, says thank you very much. I'm out of here, folks. Timothy Stanton trying to have a go at him. Stephen Kutzer in the background, though, puts a wheel in the dirt and lost out a tremendous amount of drive as the shouting from the grandstand saying go, go, go to the drivers here for the SA Lube RF4 Cup. Timothy Stanton lost the drive to Raymond Duggan, and they've dropped down the order. So let's go through who is where. It is so far Willem Buerta in first place, Luke Lucchese in second, Raymond Duggan lying in third, followed by Timothy Stanton, Stephen Kutzer, along with Malcolm Pringle, Sean Sims, Ian Pittman going and chasing down, Cabello Matsamai in 9th position, Ryan van Wyk in 10th, Gilman van Hout in 11th, Fonnie Gravenstein in 12th, Cameron de Bastos keeping ahead of Paul Webber in 14th position. Nico Killerman, Leon Vessels, and Francois Dudoy are rounding out our field. And Francois just trying to catch up to his teammates. But take a look in the background there. Our leaders starting to gain some serious momentum as they are closing down on our back markers. Luke Lucchese will see this as an opportunity. Timothy Stanton trying to have a good go. Stephen Kutzer dealing with Malcolm Pringle all over the back of him. Sean Sims trying to get a little bit of time. But Timothy Stanton onto the back of Raymond Duggan, has got the slipstream. Will he be able to use it to his advantage, though? Gonna be late on the brakes here if you want to get the send. Tries for it, looks inside. Gonna go late on the brakes. Just looks for the apex, couldn't hunt it down. Will it be enough to just kill the drive of Raymond Duggan up the hill? No, it was not. Raymond Duggan just able to keep the momentum through turn 1, into turn 2, into turn 3. Beautifully getting it hooked in. Now needs to keep up the momentum. Nose to tail racing they go. And it's all for a monumental fight. Teammates starting to build up though. Stephen Kutzer, Malcolm Pringle, Sean Sims, all very close to one another. With Stephen Kutzer making small mistakes out on track. Now Malcolm Pringle starting to get close to him. Cameron Bastos losing out a run. Has got Paul Webber looking left and right. Paul Webber having a good go at him. Just couldn't get the pass done and dusted. Cameron Bastos dropping a wheel off on the dirt. And now we'll have the likes of Paul Webber all over the back of him. Looking left and right. Tries to go for a pass. Cameron needing to really dig in here if he wants to get the pass done and dusted. Going to be late on the brakes to look for the launch. Carrying the momentum through. Cameron opens up to Paul Webber. Raymond Duggan, though, losing out the momentum to Timothy Stanton as they fight out for third place on this monster of a charge. Drivers starting to open up to one another. Not much time being had. And it does look like Francois Dutoy getting overtaken by Luke Lucchese and Willem Buerta. But getting news, Malcolm Pringle, unfortunately, has lost it. So Malcolm Pringle running into a bit of a problem. Did the rear end step out? Yes, it did. Into the dirt. Got it back and going. Oh, just for it to step out again. Too much on the power. Way too much on the power, unfortunately, and that dropped him out. Timothy Stanton, though, defending against Raymond Duggan as they go past one of our back markers. Beautifully done. And compliments to our back markers just keeping out of the way. Not wanting to get involved in a fight. And Raymond Duggan all over the back of Timothy Stanton. Looks left, looks right, decides, is this going to be enough? Is this going to be the best pass? Is this going to be the right charge? As they make their way through, Timothy Stanton still keeping ahead of Raymond Duggan. They are stressing each other out. Rad Racing and along with Roland Manifolds Racing are going proper hammer and tongs as they fight their way through. Up the hill they go. And Timothy just carrying a bit more momentum at the moment. Ian Pittman, though, starting to feel the pressure as Cabello Matsamai all over the back of him. Remember, Cabello Matsamai qualified 4th at the start, and unfortunately, due to the incident in Heat 1, where he dropped dropped way down and eventually had to retire the car. He's come back racing and come back fighting as hard as he can between himself and Ian Pittman, who have now closed up the gap to Sean Sims' teammate. That is now going to try and keep him at bay. The number 88 will have to mind out of the way. Francois Dutoy going to open up the gap. Cabello Matsumai going to look for 3 wide, going to go for the send. Can he get it done? Ian Pittman looked to turn in, second guessed it, not wanting to get caught out. Cabello getting the pass done and dusted. Gilliman van Hout all over the back of Ryan van Wyk. Remember, Gilliman van Hout had a fantastic debut run at Spa in round 1. Now he's looking to just try and reclaw some of the positions in the race, going side by side with Van Wyk, who is giving him an absolute monster of a fight all the way down. And Ryan's not going to make this easy. I can tell from personal experience, Ryan can make a car 6 wide if he wanted to, but Gilliman van Hout baiting a move right into the last, gets the pass done and dusted. Ian Pittman, though, having to come to blows with Cabello Matsumai. Oh, and Gilliman gets around and gets squeezed out, puts himself in the middle. Van Wyk stuck behind Cabello. And Gilliman getting ahead. Ian Pittman, oh, gets a knock again. Cabello gets a slight slide, taps the rear of Ian Pittman. And it looks like all the damage went out towards Cabello Matsumai. Unfortunately on that one, Ryan van Wyk will be going and chasing down, seeing that there is a wounded Ian Pittman just ahead of him, costing him a bit of time. That rear suspension is not going to be happy. That is for certain. Looks the inside, second guesses it. May go for another pass a little bit just now. Hoping to try and figure out what's going to be the opportune moment here. He's going to have to think and dig deep on this one if he wants to get the pass done and dusted. Looks for it, second guessed it. Once again, not wanting to take any risks that are unnecessary. He wants to try and keep the momentum through at this point till the end. And it's going to be a monster run for them as the drivers fight their way through. Ryan van Wyk looks around the outside, carrying as much momentum as possible, but just couldn't get it done and dusted. Timothy Stanton dealing with Raymond Duggan, does hold the inside line though. Raymond stuck on the outside, looks to come back. Apex is a no-go fly zone for him. And Timothy Stanton takes a shot, gets a pass, goes and cancels out that pass. And just in the nick of time, Raymond Duggan having to line it up, following suit as much as possible into the toe. Louis Nokia also going and jumping in to say happy birthday to Fani Gravenstein. Yes, we got to remember it is Fani Gravenstein's birthday. And it's always glad to be celebrating birthdays out here at Raceface. I love to see it. Thank you very much, Lee. Thanks to everyone that has been wishing Fani a big happy birthday. I'm sure for a birthday one, he wants to really put in some great times as he chases down, looking at Malcolm Pringle as his next target. Fani Gravenstein, who's out on track at the moment. The ETA Autosports is doing everything he can. Change up for the lead though. Luke Lucchesi and Willem Buerta going and swapping around. Willem Buerta trying to come back at him, utilizing the toe, pulling as close as he can to just try go for a pass. Luke Lucchesi going to take his normal racing line. He's not too phased at the moment. Going and saying, listen, I'm not too worried about you. You're not in my fight at the moment, as they make their way up the hill. Closing, closing, closing. It is going to be all about going for that charge. Willem Buerta got the toe though. Can he carry it through? Luke Lucchesi's got to have the inside line. If Willem cannot get a little bit ahead, he's going to be stuck on the outside. Battling it out. Gets chucked out wide to the grass. Nothing in it at the moment. And Luke Lucchesi keeping it very close to Willem Buerta. Turn 2, turn 3 was absolutely beautiful. As we also saw in the back of the shot, Timothy Stanton and Raymond Duggan still having to come to blows with one another. Everyone trying to figure out what's going to be the great passes as our leaders fight their way through. Ian Pittman and Ryan van Wyk, they've been swapping left, right, and center. And here comes the like of Malcolm Pringle, looking 3 wide, try to put it 3 wide, no space to go. Pittman just puts himself into the middle of the track, stopping that from even happening. Malcolm Pringle on the outside is going to take everything he can. He's seen Michael Schumacher, Ayrton Senna, Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton, and insert every Formula 1 champion here drive on the dirt, so why can't he get it done? Ryan van Wyk says, well, it never worked out in the past, so keep your luck on that one, buddy. It ain't gonna happen. Malcolm Pringle doing everything he can, launches for the pass. Oh, just locking it up ever so slightly. That rear didn't want to come down. Little too fast down the gears, locked that rear diff, and that dropped him out. Ryan van Wyk has got Ian Pittman all over the back of him. Pittman hoping that he can carry as much momentum as possible. Outside, inside, looks for the inside line once again. Just can't get that pass sorted out. Running out wide. Van Wyk needing to keep the charge up. Looks for the inside. Couldn't get it done and dusted. But Willem Buerta getting it done and dusted. Up on the inside. Got the apex. That's going to help him out. Got to just straighten out a little bit. But Luke Lucchesi says no thank you, gets the pass done. Willem Buerta coming back at him into the swing. And they are still side by side for first place. Monumental charges going on at the moment. As Luke Lucchesi gets a pass on Willem Buerta, who is not backing down from this fight. Closing down at a rate of knots. Looks to get tucked in right underneath that rear spoiler. Doing everything he can. Luke Lucchesi is watching his mirrors. If he can turn his head right now, you can bet he's turned it 180 degrees to see what's happening behind him. Monumental racing going out for our first place. We have got some monster battles out on the circuit, such as our first and second having a good go at one another. And another person that knows about some good goes is Bernard Barkhuizen, who is going and saying, how's it, Mr. Blitz, who's from the world of ACC, one of our quickest drivers in ACC. Hasn't had the best of luck, but has been one driver to keep an eye out for. You're going to see him out on Wednesday and Thursday. So keep that in mind here at Raceface.Pro. Willem Buerta trying to make his way through and will follow the tow. Ian Pittman, though, going side by side with Ryan van Wyk. Van Wyk will defend the inside line, and Ian Pittman stuck on the outside. Decides, okay, buddy, not getting this one done, but he has got a bit of front-end aero damage by the looks of it. That is going and eating him up. Paul Webber still over the back of Cameron de Bastos at the moment. Old Tabasco Sauce dealing with Webber all around him, getting stuck to him like glue. But as time starts to run a bit shorter, Luke Lucchesi needs to get a getty up and go at the moment. As Willem Buerta all over the back of him. Point 2, trying everything, knocking on every door that can be opened at the moment. Timothy Stanton doing exactly the same. Getting very, very elbows out racing to hold back Raymond Duggan. And you don't want to get a knock on these cars. You can spin those wishbones so easily. And that will be you absolutely sucked for the rest of the race. Luke Lucchesi carries the momentum through. Willem Buerta getting pushed out wide a little bit. That understeer starting to creep in. The tires not being very favorable here as time starts to run short. It looks like if all going well, if they're maintaining this momentum, we possibly will be getting one more lap on the way through. It is going to be close though. Now drivers will have to figure out how is this going to work. So as we take a look to our track positioning, you can see how close our leaders are coming around the final corner. 10 seconds. Can they cross the line in 10 seconds? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nope. Luke Lucchesi celebrating well in advance. Says, I got it first, and Willem Buerta taking second place. Third, going to Timothy Stanton. Raymond Duggan finishing in fourth. Steven Kutzer will be running in fifth place with Sean Sims right behind him in sixth. The teammates charging it to the line, but just beating one another. Gilman van Hout with an absolute well done of a clawback, finishes in 7th. Malcolm Pringle will be coming back at him. Ryan van Wyk getting ahead of Ian Pittman and open up the distance. Cameron de Bastos getting ahead of Paul Webber as they look to come across the line. And then the birthday boy, Fani Gravenstein, comes across the line. Sorry, Fani. I mean Toby. I mean Fani. I mean Toby. I mean Gravenstein. Well done and happy birthday. Nico Killerman, phenomenal drive on his part. Never say quit to the Jutex Simworks driver, and he went and came across the line showing off what can be done. The Jutex having a great smile on their face for their driver. Not for the result, but for the effort put in. Leon Wessels in 15th and Francois Dutoy finishing up in 16th. Cabello Matsamai in 17th position. And that is our running order. There is a team shot of note. And you know what? Just because you guys are doing it, there we go. One whole shot of all these cars together for the team. Well done, guys. Deserved it. Formation flying. Don't bin it. That's all you have to do, is don't bin it. And Webber putting himself in the middle. Cameron de Bastos keeping himself in the middle. Everyone just trying to filter their way through this entire little bit of a mess, I won't lie, of drivers just trying to suss him out here. So let's take a look at our results. Starting off with our pros. Luke Lekezi getting the win. Willem Botha in 2nd place. Timothy Stanton, Gilman van Hout, Nico Killerman, and Cabello Matsamai. Looking at our Pro-Ams, though, it is Raymond Duggan, Stephen Kutzer, Sean Sims, Malcolm Pringle, Ryan van Wyk, Ian Pittman, Cameron de Bastos, Paul Webber, Fani Gravenstein, Leon Wessels, and Francois Dutoy rounding out our group. So as the drivers make their way through, our overall, though, was Luke Lekezi for Heat 2, Willem Botha in 2nd place, Timothy Stanton in 3rd, Raymond Duggan in 4th, Stephen Kutzer in 5th, Sean Sims, Gilman van Hout, Malcolm Pringle, Ryan van Wyk, Ian Pittman, Cameron de Bastos, Paul Webber, Fani Gravenstein, Nico Killerman, Leon Wessels, Francois Dutoy, and Cabello Matsamai, rounding out our grid here tonight for Heat 2. And what a monumental race it was, ladies and gentlemen, as we wait to see if we can get a couple of chats with some of the drivers in the commentary box. And just get a bit of an eye of how the racing went as we watch the guys. I was waiting for that. You can only go side by side for so long until someone decides, no. What a race. What a stunning, stunning race. What an absolutely ultimate drive by all our amazing competitors out on track. And some very, very close racing right the way through. As we just see if we can get a couple of people to come and have a chat to us in the commentary box. Yes, we do have a couple of people to come and have a chat to us. One of them is one I've been waiting for quite some time. Let's have a chat to the likes of Willem Botha. Willem Botha, welcome to the commentary box. Glad to have you here. Not very often that we get to chat, and I think this is the first time I'm actually getting to interview you. What a run, buddy. Let's talk about the nose-to-tail racing you had in the F4. I mean, you've won. It's with the likes of the TCRs, but now jumping into the single-seaters, seems like you found your stick.
Yeah, like I said, this car's got a trick to drive it, and you've got to be careful on the brakes and keep up the corner speed and not scrap it down too much. So yeah, I didn't have a lot of practice for this track as well. I think I had 30 minutes, 40 minutes practice before, me and Luke, because we were doing all the TCR stuff beforehand.
Well, it's been absolutely tremendous stuff. And, I mean, let's take a look at your battle. Heat 1 was super, super close. Heat 2, once again, nose-to-tail racing. Luke Lekezi constantly applying pressure. Was the tyres starting to grain really badly?
Yes, yeah, through those fast sweeps, left-hand and right-handers, you had quite a lot of understeers. You got to slow down the way before to be able to get the corner, otherwise you run off the track. a few times I actually ran off the track and just kept my foot in it. And I said, me and Luke were on Discord. He says I didn't even loose on him. So yeah, it was graining. And then as soon as you get out of the tow and you're stunned in the front, it comes back to you again. But as soon as you fall behind another car, you start getting more and more understeer.
Well, it's been absolutely phenomenal racing, and this has got to be a fantastic run. It's great points for the championship as well. That moves you up through the order. But taking a look back at the race, if you had to pick one of your favorite moments, what will it have to be?
I think that was race 1 and race 2, basically turn 1, 2, and 3, and 4 side by side with Luke not touching, giving each other some space. And yeah, it was really close racing. Then you lose a little bit, you gain a little bit. So yeah, it's just the tow down the main straight was just so big that you can't actually drive away from the oak if you're like half a second, 0.7 ahead of him.
Absolutely incredible stuff. Well, Willem Botha of RDSA Esports. Willem, now that we got you in the commentary box, finally getting you in the commentary box for the RF4s, is there anything you want to say to our sponsors, SimuWorks Technologies, Ondorf Machinery Mart, SA LUBE, and all our fantastic viewers that are watching live and in the future that just saw some incredible racing out there?
Yeah, like thanks to all the sponsors. I mean, if it wasn't for them, this series wouldn't be a success as well. They're standing way behind us, and the racing is very, very close. I recommend for the guys that's just watching, they try and get yourself a rig and come and join us. I mean, the more people, the merrier, the nicer and the closest the racing. You don't just go fast just getting into it. You have to do a few years, and I think that's where I am, you know, coming through the ranks and learning with Luke as well and Johan Fourie racing against those folks helped me a lot to get up there to the front with the guys. So yeah, thank you very much.
You only need 1 point, eh?
1 point.
That's all it is. Willem Botha, thank you so much for coming in the commentary box. Absolute honor to chat to you, and look forward to chatting to you in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, thank you very much, Stephen, and have a great evening.
Have a great one. Cheers. Willem Botha, absolutely a legend in his own right, to go in a race with us. Some phenomenal racing there. Let's bring in Luke Lekezzi, who was fighting with. Luke Lekezzi, welcome to the commentary box. Glad to have you. What a race there. You had to go and take a deep breath once, twice, 3 times more there.
Yeah, the second race was quite, I wouldn't say tough, but it was, you had to be careful. I didn't want to damage the car trying to find my way through. So I took my time there, and I was worried that Willem was going to get to the front and then get away. But yeah, I managed to close him down and take the win. So yeah, but it was very close between me and him.
Oh, absolutely great racing. Luke, I mean, some awesome racing out there. You had the pace in Heat 1, started to break away from the field. Looks like you went and saved the tyres a little bit and had the field close right back up onto you. Heat 2, you didn't have that same luxury. Did the tyre graining get a little bit rough here on Mugello for the RF4?
Yeah, look, the last couple of laps, you've got to adjust your driving style because the fronts start fading away. So you can't bomb it into a corner as fast as you would earlier on in the race. And especially in Sector 2, where you've got the downhill right-left. You have to almost give it a lift to rotate and then get on the gas. Otherwise, you also start running wide. So it does start getting quite tricky. But I think it's once you get into the groove on this track, it's got a nice flow. So it becomes quite easy to just maintain.
So it's been a phenomenal run. Well, Mugello, done and dusted, though. You take a look back to it and say, well, it's done, it's out. Next one is going to be a little bit more difficult. Nürburgring Grand Prix Stricker. What's your plan heading into the final round of the SA LUBE RF4 Cup?
I think if I could just get a good quali, start on the front row, then that's sort of half the battle done. Especially if you can sort of make a lot of headway on the opening lap on cold tires and sort of break that toe to the guys behind, because it's quite a long way till you get back to the straight again where the toe starts becoming a factor. So it's all about breaking the toe. You know, once the guys behind you are within sort of a second, 1.1, 1.2 seconds, then they're getting sucked in by you. Then it's very difficult to get away. And then it's all about, you know, being ahead on the last lap.
No, that's it. It's trying to survive until the end. Well, for everyone out there watching, in the future, watching now, and all our sponsors, SA Lube, Ondorf Machinery Mart, and the likes of SimiWorks Technologies. Not to forget about Red Star Raceway and Scallywags Drifting School. Luke, anything you would like to say from your side as the RDSA Pantera Racing driver?
Yeah, just a big thanks to all the sponsors. Without them, the series wouldn't be what it is. And my fellow drivers, I think they sort of go out of their way to make sure that the racing is quite clean, to give the respect and space that's deserved. So just a big shout out to them. And then a shout out to my folks who don't miss a stream. And then obviously thanks to you for the commentary.
Well, absolutely incredible stuff. And Mrs. Lucchese, Mr. Lucchese, your son has done a phenomenal job so far. Let's see if he can take the championship for this season. Luke, absolute honor to have you in the box. And before I let you go, for everyone out there that is aware or isn't aware of the Master Series, when is your guys' next race?
So we race on Wednesdays, starting at 8:30. So every Wednesday. The details are on the SimGrid as well. They can just search Master Series, and they'll be able to find it. Otherwise, they can just send me a message or phone me, whatever.
All right. So if you need some details out here on the Discord, you at Raceface.Pro, just take a look for Luke Lucchese, or go to simgrid.com and go and see the Master Series. Highly, highly recommended. It is broadcasted by Second Gear Productions with Gary Fleming and Harness. But thank you very much, Luke. Well done once again. A double win, and always great to see you at the top.
Thanks, you too. Cheers.
Cheers. Absolutely incredible stuff. Well, let's bring in another set of drivers, starting off with Stephen Kutzer. Stephen, welcome to the commentary box. And what a run for the Pro-Am side of things, coming second in this run. How are you feeling?
Thank you. I'm feeling good. Bit of a messy race, but better than previous ones. Can only go up from there.
That's it. And, I mean, take us through some proper nose-to-tail racing that you had, not only with your fellow competitors, but your teammates giving you a run for the money.
Yeah, no, it was quite a fight. Trying to keep it clean, don't want to kill your own teammates. So try to race and chat at the same time just to keep it clean. But made it through, so good result for the team.
And let's talk about you and Raymond Duggan all over one another, no space between one another. Thoughts on that? I mean, that was just spectacular to watch.
Yeah, no, he set me up for a good overtake. I went a bit wide, put my tires on the dirt, and he took the spot. Quite proper racing, wheel-to-wheel fighting, so quite fun to have a clean and hard racing day.
With it being round 4 in 2 weeks' time, what's your plan heading into the final round? Nürburgring Grand Prix Strecker on this August 6th here at Raceface.Pro for the SA Lube RF4 Cup.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do. Maybe we can. I still need to get Nürburgring, so I have to give that a go, but we'll try our best, see what we can do there. Hopefully get another good result.
Incredible stuff. Well, Stephen, before I let you go, is there anything you would like to say to our amazing sponsors and our absolute petrol heads watching now and in the future?
Yeah, I just want to give a massive shout out to SA Lube and also to our team sponsor, keeping us on pace, SimiWorks, and the guys at Slowpoke, our supreme leader Sean, that was in the race with us. It's an amazing hobby to be part of.
Absolutely incredible stuff. Maybe next time go and swap the liveries so one side's right and the one side's right and green and the other side is black, and then you swap them around. Try and have that as a little bit of a fun.
I will give that a go. I'll chat to the guys. Maybe we can try and mix it up.
Just move the different colors and then try get the angles right. See what happens. Absolutely incredible stuff. Well done, Stephen, on a phenomenal race.
Thanks very much. Appreciate it. Have a nice one.
Well, Stephen giving a great one. Let's bring in our last interview for tonight, Raymond Duggan. Raymond Duggan, how's it? Welcome. First time I'm getting to interview you live on air, but not the first time you and I have actually spoken. Raymond, what a race out there. Nose to tail, not only with Timothy Stanton, Luke Lucchese, but Steven Kutzer had you running for quite some time.
Yeah, he almost had me on the end there. He got such a good run out the last corner. It was crazy. I was worried. I think it was like 0.1 of a second between us in the first heat.
It's been absolutely phenomenal. Raymond, you come from a long line in terms of iRacing, racing prototypes. How does it feel to be wheel-to-wheel action, battling it out with some of the fastest drivers in the country and even outside the country, going wheel-to-wheel on some of the most spectacular circuits like Mugello?
Yeah, no, it was great. Tonight's race was very nice. And the quality of racing is excellent, actually.
That was absolutely
enjoying it a lot, yeah.
So, Raymond, I've got to ask, what was your thoughts on the car going into the race? Was there a bit of a worry of tyre degrade? Was there a bit of a worry of the car falling, just bottoming out the whole time?
No, lucky enough, we had the iRacing had their event on the FIA on that track last week, I think. So I managed to do 1 or 2 races there. So I knew the condition, yeah. Yeah, no worries about the tyres or anything.
Absolutely. And Rad Racing showing off what they can do. Huge support there, even coming from Jan Sparmers, going in, shouting from the rooftops for Rad Racing. Raymond, before I let you go, and the floor is yours, taking the win for the Pro-Am division, anything you would like to say to our amazing sponsors, SimuWorks Technologies, SA Lube, Oddendorf Machinery Mart, Scallywags, Drifting School, and the World of Raceface.
That's great. Great to have your sponsors on board. Thanks a lot. Yeah.
And all our petrol
good to have the, yeah. Yeah, we need some more races like this.
It's going to come. That is for certain. Raymond,
thank you. Some endurance races would be good. We could just get the guys to participate.
Yeah, maybe that might be in the future. Let's see if we can twist some arms there.
Yeah.
Would be a bit of fun. That's more than an hour, because that is not an endurance race. It's not even a stint.
Yeah, no. You need at least 6 hours, I think.
Or just a once-off banger 24. Why not? We can.
Yeah, we just come off for 24 this weekend.
No, just put a 24 and we'll drive the Beatles for 24. Nothing could go wrong.
Yeah.
All right, Raymond, absolutely fantastic. And well done to the Rad Racing driver, Raymond Duggan. Absolute honor having you in the box.
Thanks a lot.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that does bring us to the end of our show here at Raceface.Pro for the SA Lube RF4. It has been an absolute honor, but we say goodbye to round 3 here at Mugello, and we look forward towards round 4, being the Nürburgring Grand Prix Strecke, coming up on the 6th of August. Also, don't forget, coming up this week, we do have the Raceface.Pro GT3 Sprint Series on Wednesday, so make sure you head out to simgrid.pro for that. Also, on Thursday, we will have the World of Raceface.Pro Season 19 GT3. Our Thursday series returns for some more side-by-side action on Thursday evening. 8:10. The stream will go live for that, and it's something you do not want to miss. Lots and lots of stories to be told, lots and lots of action to be shown right here at Raceface.Pro. Once again, a massive, massive thank you to SA Lube, our top sponsor and our sponsor for the series, our title sponsor, SA Lube, RF for the RF4 Cup. A big shout out to our partners, being the likes of Oddendorf Machinery Mart, Red Star Raceway, Scallywags, and SimuWorks Technologies on a phenomenal run. From myself, Stephen Koenig, here at the THC Productions, we'd like to say a big thank you to you all. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification icon, and we will see you next time right here at Raceface.Pro. And like always, say it with me, happy birthday to Fani, happy birthday to Toby, and a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening, and good night, everybody.